Briefly talk about fireworks. Obviously, they are illegal in this country, and it's a good thing they are illegal. And I talk for a second about my experience with the firework. About 2 years ago, I was out, on Halloween night, with two or three friends, and we were nearly blown up by a firework. Again, it was people that it was careless people that just didn't know how to use them or didn't really care about where the firework was going. And again, this is in the public, really in the side for public payment. These people are using fireworks. And again, one nearly happened to nearly blow up the three of us that were there at the time. Only for it missed us and literally went. It literally just flew past us. Went in between us, I suppose, the three of us walking. It went in between us and just happened to fly past us. Um, we kind of stumbled out. I stumbled out into the road. They stumbled kind of into the ditch, um, into the nearly into the ditch off the footpath. And the fire go up behind us. So we're very lucky if one of us was standing even an inch probably closer to where it just flew, because it literally flew past my arm. And so I was just, suppose that was about the room that was there. And obviously was very, very lucky not to be lying in the morgue. Because that would have probably blew us into bits. And I'm not going to lie to you, but it would have blew us into bits. That firework was a big explosion afterward. But again, it is very, very dangerous. And again, I say to people, to please report to the guards if you see people, especially young people, they shouldn't have fireworks. Again, whatever about bangers or things like that, they're safe enough. Just throwing them on the ground, that's safe enough. But fireworks, it's very, very dangerous. Particularly, again, you've seen videos of people holding fireworks, and again, that's extremely dangerous. But again, it's more extremely dangerous if it hits your face. Um, you know, that's something you have to deal with for the rest of your life. And again, these are no toys, and I just say that straight to you, they're no toys. And I'm very, very lucky to still have my face intact, to be totally honest. And maybe even my arm. Lucky it would have probably blew off my arm, or half of my fingers. So please thanks be to God. Nothing happened to the three of us that night. But again, it give us a quite a shock, and I still remember this to this day. Now the people didn't apologise to the people that fired it, even though they knew they could have probably seriously injured us. Again, these people shouldn't have fireworks, and again, you have to question, because again, this was in a town in Cavan, a very populated town. Where was on Garda Síochána? Again, this was on the public street in the middle of a town. Where was the guards? Again, they were firing them around the streets, in the public street, in the public payment. Whatever about a field or anything like that. But being in the public street, it's very, very dangerous, and no woman could be killed. We could hit a car. Endless things could happen. But again, we've heard upsetting news about a young woman in Galway just minding their own business. Again, people who mind their own business usually affected. People who fire them carelessly and senselessly into people and just firing them around the place, rockets and fireworks and things like that. And nothing happens to them. They don't get seriously injured. It's only members of the public who are going around their everyday life. Again, we had nothing to do with that. We were just walking, and we just happened to come across the wrong crowd, I suppose you could put it that way. But again, the same thing happened in Galway, and again, these people who done this to this woman seriously injured this woman. She's seriously injured. She was sitting waiting for a bus, and probably just happened to head towards the bus stop and seriously injure her. Now this is in Galway. Now, hopefully, please God, the woman's not that badly injured. Hopefully, please God, she'll make a full recovery. Because again, I can, because it is terrifying. It is really, really terrifying. Again, it's being struck by one. I don't even want to think of the pain, of being struck by one. Especially because you had nothing to do with, you mind your own business, and it just happened to be hit by a firework. Again, that's very, very hard. And again, the people who done this though should be put up and probably prosecuted. I don't know have they got anybody for it, but they should be prosecuted straight away for it. No, the word is not should. Definitely 100% be put in prison for it. In her face, yeah, struck her face. Oh, yeah, it struck her face. Yeah, I was hoping it was. I was hoping it wasn't that, but it struck on the face, leaving her life's threatening, life altering injuries. My prayers go to her and her family. Again, she was minding her own business. Again, this is the thing, that annoys me. It happens to people that mind their own business, members of the public. And again, the people who do it, nothing happens to them. But again, some people do get their fingers blown off when they're using the fireworks. But I do encourage people, again, to when Garda Síochána, particularly if you see young people using fireworks, even in populated areas. Whatever about fields or anything like that, maybe it might be safer. But again, And again, I say to people here, please don't be using any fireworks unless you know what you're doing. If you're a firefighter, or if you work with the defence forces or anything like that, if you know what you're doing, and you're a safety instructor or something like that, again, or you're licensed. There's people that have licenses for fireworks. That's okay, but again, just to be cautious. Again, it's not a toy, and let's be honest, it's really, really not a toy. And again, it takes literally only an instant for something like that to happen. And again, I can't explain to you that time when the firework was coming towards us. Very little time. You basically, that's a life or death situation, really. You just freeze, I suppose, in that moment when you see something coming towards you. And again, lucky that we stepped back a bit. And it just happened to miss us. And again, it was lucky. It was just defining the veteran, if you may use that. Because it definitely should have hit. It should have hit one of us and seriously injured us, but thankfully it didn't. But again, we were very, very lucky. Again, I can't emphasize how lucky we were, and again, I can't stress how dangerous it is. Because again, I went through it, and I know. And again, I don't go anywhere, and I wouldn't go near that spot anymore on Halloween. But yeah, please, do take care, and I will put up a video before Halloween. But please do take care of yourselves, mind yourselves, look after yourselves, please. And just be safe. And again, please abide by the laws of the land. Particularly again, and think about your actions. Think about what can happen. Always be safe. Think about safety first, and think about who you could hurt if you use a firework and things like that. So please mind yourselves, look after yourselves, and bye.